So I came across an interesting debate on Facebook. The NCAA 2014 group that plays 2014 college football on Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, which I do still. The question was asked, who will win in a game between 2014 Ohio State and Clemson 2018? So I put this question on Twitter and I tagged Mark Roger in it, and I said Clemson would beat Ohio State 45 to nothing. That 2018 Clemson team would beat Ohio State 2014 45 to nothing. And I probably won't be that bad, but they will beat them anyway. Um, and I'll be honest with you, outside of Cornell Jones and Elliott, I'll be honest, I don't remember who was on the Ohio State team till Mark brought it up, and I looked it up myself. Uh, that team had Barrett. I guess he got hurt somewhere during the season. I think Braxton was on that team. Chris Samuel. Like I said, I already said Zeke. One of the Bosa brothers was on that team. I think it was Joey. Who else was on that team? Michael Bennett. I think that's the one that played with Seattle. He was on that team. Let me think. Who else did I read was on that team that had impact? I think I said Mike Thomas already. I didn't realize he was on that team. I know he came out of Ohio State, but I didn't realize he was on that team. Uh, that team won the national championship by beating Oregon, who beat Florida State. Um, to start that season, I know the big talk was that they lost to Virginia Tech, who ended up 7-6 that year. Virginia Tech beat them the second game of the season, 35-21, and at Ohio State, Virginia Tech did. And that Virginia Tech team ended up finishing season 7-6. Um, Outside of beating Virginia Tech, excuse me, that Virginia Tech team was famously known for playing 3-9 Wake Forest team in the 6-3 double overtime game that they lost in at Wake Forest. So that's what that team was known for. If you ever go look at that game, you'll see at the end Frank Beamer throwing the overtime 0-0. I mean, I don't know why uh, Virginia Tech struggled later on that season after beating Ohio State, but it wasn't a really good Virginia Tech team. I know some people want to point out, Clemson lost to a Syracuse team that finished 5-7. That what was that? The year before Kelly Bryant's full year starting after Deshaun Watson stayed and before Trevor Lawrence got there. They lost that game, but it is what it is. But we're talking about Ohio State 2014 versus Clemson 2018. Clemson 2018 didn't lose nobody. The closest game they had, they beat Syracuse at the last moment. Trevor Lawrence got knocked out of the game. Backup quarterback comes in. Chase comes in to save the day. End up winning the game, 21-14. I don't remember the score. 21-17. ETN went off that game. So that's what ends up happening. And be honest with you, that Ohio State 18 won't have a chance versus Clemson in 2018. The team that you saw Clemson had this year that lost to LSU, that wasn't as deep as the Clemson team in 2018. On the defensive line, secondary was a lot better. I can't remember. Mullen, he played that a corner opposite AJ Terrell in 2018. So he had two good corners. Mullen went in the second round, played a lot for the Raiders. So one of them would have been on uh, Mike Thomas. And as we've seen, Ohio State has limited pass potential in their games. Cordell Jones wasn't this great passer. I know he played in the NFL for a little while, and he did his thing in the SSFL, but he wasn't this great passer. And so I think Clemson would have took him away. Over the years, the last 10 years, Clemson and Ohio State played 3 times, and Clemson beat them all 3 times in a very short period of time. And people like say, well, I heard on Twitter these Ohio State fans be like, oh, Clemson might have beat us 4 times, but our program's better. Let me tell you something. 1968 to 2001, Clemson has 3 national championships, and Ohio State has 2. Ohio State might say they have more NFL players, whatever, more Heisman players. That's true. Like when you get on the field, Clemson whooped them. And Clemson since 1968, and the reason why I say 1968 because of the fairness of segregation. Black players weren't playing in the South. They was at historically black colleges playing, and Ohio State was playing black players. So if I was born around that time, I probably would have been a Michigan, USC, Ohio State, Notre Dame fan, like most black people were at that time, because there were no blacks playing on TV down in the South until like 67, 68. So probably wouldn't be rooting for Clemson. My family probably wouldn't have went to Clemson like they did. So my family I probably wouldn't have went to East Carolina if it was segregation times. I probably would have went somewhere up north. So, Ohio State fans like to throw that out. We got more national championships. We have more wins, But when you stepped on the field versus Clemson, you lost the game. I had a perfect chance to win this year. And to me, I can honestly say y'all probably had the best team in the country. I honestly, if that guy didn't do that spear, Ohio State probably would have beat Clemson. I think they honestly would beat LSU, because I think Ohio State secondary was better than Clemson secondary this year, and Ohio State had a better defensive line and a better running game than Clemson. So I think they would have been a better matchup versus LSU this year compared to Clemson. But as again, Ohio State chose versus Clemson. So who's the better program throughout history? Yeah, Ohio State. But like I said, from 1968 to 2001 and 2014, where they won their 2 national championships, after segregation, Clemson has has 3. Ohio State has 2. So that's the only reason why I'm bringing it up, because a lot of people like to brag. I don't know what happened in the 40s and 50s. I can't even tell you who played on those Ohio State teams. I can't tell you who played on Clemson teams in the 40s and 50s. I wasn't on this earth. I don't care. So, but who won that game? Clemson had a better offense that year. They had Tyler Winfro in the slot. They had Higgins, and they had Rodgers, who was healthy. What's my boy, number 8? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. They had Etienne. People forget about Feaster. He come in and give him some relief for Feaster. Feaster was a beast. So, and that defensive line, like I said, 4 of them went pro, 3 in the first 15 picks. I think Dexter Lawrence went 15th. And then Bryant went somewhere in the 4th round. So Clemson had a really, really good team that year. And 2018, hey, I think they would have murdered Ohio State in 2014, the 2014 team. But that's up to debate, man. You'll never know. But I'm the same for what it looked like. But go Clemson Tigers. Go East Carolina Pirates. Go historically black college football. Go Pittsburgh Steelers. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe. So what's up? People? How y'all doing today? Hope y'all all stay safe indoors. Now going out to the stores and stuff. Excuse me. But I came across an interesting debate